Our journey begins on Lake Victoria, a shimmering expanse of blue that stretches far beyond the horizon. This magnificent lake, the largest in Africa and the lifeblood of the region, is a world unto itself. Covering over 68,000 square kilometers, it touches 3 countries, Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania, binding their histories, cultures, and economies in a way only a natural wonder of this scale can. Lake Victoria is a place of contrasts. Beneath its calm, glassy surface lies a teeming underwater world, home to countless species of fish, including the famous Nile perch and colorful cichlids. Above the water, life thrives in equal abundance. Fishermen haul in their daily catch. Villagers transport goods from one shore to another. Birds circle overhead, their calls carried by the breeze. But this lake is more than just a source of sustenance. It's a place of legends and science, the cradle of the Nile River and a focal point for biodiversity. Its shores are dotted with wetlands and swamps, hubs of life where nature and humanity meet. And today, it serves as a starting point for a journey unlike any other. The papyrus along the shores of Lake Victoria is a vision of natural splendor, an iconic symbol of the lake's wild beauty and ecological significance. These towering plants, with their slender green stems and feathery umbrella-like crowns, sway gracefully in the breeze, creating an almost hypnotic rhythm. Their vibrant emerald hues contrast vividly against the deep blue of the water and the soft golden light of the African sun, painting a scene of serenity and majesty. Stretching as far as the eye can see, the papyrus marshes form an intricate maze of life. Their dense clusters rise above the water, their roots submerged in the nutrient-rich soil beneath. Sunlight filters through the delicate fronds, casting dappled patterns on the water's surface. The scene is ever-changing. At dawn, the papyrus glows softly in the mist, while at sunset, it becomes a silhouette etched against the fiery sky. These wetlands are alive with sound and movement. The rustling of the papyrus is accompanied by the calls of birds that find sanctuary within its embrace. Herons, weavers, and egrets flit between the stems, their vibrant plumage adding flashes of color to the green tapestry. Frogs croak in harmony from hidden perches, while insects buzz softly around the towering stalks. The beauty of papyrus lies not only in its appearance, but also in its vital role. It acts as a natural filter, purifying the lake's waters, and provides a safe haven for countless species. The rhythmic dance of the papyrus, swaying to the pulse of the wind and water, embodies the spirit of Lake Victoria, resilient, dynamic, and alive. Standing amidst this vibrant greenery, one feels a profound connection to the timeless rhythms of nature. Lake Victoria, a vital lifeline for East Africa, is a natural wonder of immense beauty and importance, yet beneath its shimmering waters lies a sobering reality. This vast ecosystem is under siege. Pollution and oil spills are killing fish in alarming numbers, devastating local communities that depend on these waters for survival. The lake's surface is turning toxic green as deadly bacteria thrive, fueled by pollution and human activity. Rising water levels are displacing residents in Tanzania, washing away homes and livelihoods. Algal blooms here serve as a warning for similar risks facing the Great Lakes in North America. Weak legal protections are enabling an illicit fish bladder trade, depleting fish stocks and threatening the ecosystem. Many fishers are losing their lives due to unsafe boats, harsh weather, and poor safety measures. As waters overflow, Kenyan farmers are turning to fishing, increasing pressure on an already fragile ecosystem and raising health risks. Communities around the lake's shores are fighting a losing battle as pollution, overfishing, and habitat destruction threaten their livelihoods. Mass fish deaths are pushing fish farmers to devastating losses, jeopardizing both income and food security. Toxic forever chemicals are contaminating these waters, posing severe health risks to humans and wildlife alike. Desperate mothers facing hunger risk their lives in the treacherous waters to provide for their children. What was once a source of hope now lures vulnerable children into labor, robbing them of education and safety. A scramble for sand mining, nicknamed brown gold, is eroding the lake's shoreline, putting the ecosystem in peril. Open defecation along the shores is raising public health alarms. Heavy metal contamination in Lake Victoria's waters poses severe health risks to both aquatic life and the millions who depend on the lake for food and water. Unregulated wastewater flow is pouring into the lake, endangering aquatic life and the livelihoods that depend on it. Illegal fishing of Nile perch is depleting fish stocks, undermining the region's economy and sustainability efforts. Residents around the lake are facing an acute shortage of clean drinking water, despite living next to one of the largest freshwater bodies in the world. A regional approach to inclusive sanitation is being revived to protect the lake's waters and improve the lives of millions. Researchers are proposing new strategies to combat pollution, focusing on sustainable solutions to restore the lake's health. Young activists like Kenya's Muchilwa siblings are leading efforts to rid the lake of plastic waste and inspire a new generation of environmental stewardship. A UK startup is testing advanced aquaculture sensors in Lake Victoria to improve water quality monitoring and promote sustainable fishing practices. Government pledges for increased funding aim to bolster conservation efforts. As the boat draws nearer, the air begins to change. It grows cooler, heavier, with a scent of damp earth and fresh water. The edges of the lake blur into a maze of narrow channels, their winding paths marked by the dense green walls of vegetation. The once open waters now feel enclosed, intimate. The air fills with the rustle of leaves, the distant call of wetland birds, and the occasional splash of unseen fish. The path twists and turns unpredictably, as if the swamp itself is testing the patience of those who seek to enter. The boat slows, navigating the narrowing waterways with care. Occasionally, a water bird darts out from the reeds, its wings beating rapidly before it vanishes into the dense foliage. Every bend brings a new scene, a new sound. In the distance, the chorus of frogs grows louder, their calls resonating like a welcoming song to the heart of Mabamba Swamp. The reeds part intermittently to reveal pockets of open water where lily pads float serenely. their delicate flowers adding splashes of color to the muted greens and browns of the swamp. The boat inches forward, its journey into the swamp becoming a passage into a hidden, untamed world. There's a sense of anticipation in the air, a quiet excitement for what lies ahead. We've reached Mabamba Bay, a secluded expanse of water cradled within Lake Victoria. Here, the world feels quieter, more deliberate. The vastness of the lake gives way to narrower waterways, and the air is alive with an unspoken sense of anticipation. This place is unique, not just for its beauty, but for what it harbors. For birders and nature enthusiasts alike, this is sacred ground. This is where patience and persistence are rewarded with a glimpse into the extraordinary. Tourists gather in small boats, their cameras ready, their eyes scanning the landscape. Each person here is searching for something remarkable, eager to tick off sightings of the bay's many bird species. Mabamba Bay is a haven for wildlife, but there is one bird that eclipses all others, one creature that every visitor hopes to see. The shoebill.
Fisherman we passed was happy to show us his morning catch, a few Nile perch and a lungfish, a favorite food of the shoebill.
The shoebill, a name that echoes through the wetlands of Africa like a whispered legend, the most watched bird on the continent, the most iconic, the most underrated, towering at nearly 5 feet tall, with a beak so unique it seems sculpted by nature's own hand. The shoebill is more than a bird, it is a marvel. In the swamps and marshes of Uganda, South Sudan, and Zambia, the shoebill reigns supreme, captivating bird watchers, photographers, and conservationists alike. It moves with an ancient grace, its prehistoric silhouette cutting a striking figure against the golden reeds. It's a living relic, a creature that seems to have stepped straight out of the age of the dinosaurs to claim its throne in modern ecosystems. And yet, for all its majesty, it remains one of the most underrated species in the African world. Its soft, stoic presence belies its extraordinary qualities. A hunter with the patience of a sage, waiting motionless for hours to strike with the precision of a master. A creature that inspires awe not just for its appearance, but for the sheer power of its presence. The shoebill is more than Africa's bird. It is the bird, a creature so singular, so iconic, that to see one in the wild is to witness the crown jewel of nature's design. No other bird demands attention like the shoebill. No other bird captures the imagination quite like it. The eyes of the shoebill are nothing short of mesmerizing, a window into the enigmatic personality of this extraordinary bird. Large, round, and piercingly pale, they seem to glow with an almost otherworldly intensity. The pale yellow or icy blue hue of their irises only adds to the bird's prehistoric otherworldly appearance, giving it a gaze that feels both ancient and deeply intelligent. When the shoebill stares, it commands attention. Its unblinking focus is unnerving, as if it's peering straight into your soul or through you entirely. In the animal kingdom, where the ability to hold a gaze often signifies dominance or curiosity, the shoebill reigns supreme. If there were a staring competition among animals, this bird would win effortlessly. Its stillness, combined with that intense, unwavering gaze, exudes a quiet confidence and an unmatched aura of authority. Even its blink is captivating. Slow and deliberate, it seems to happen only when absolutely necessary, as though the shoebill is reluctant to lose even a moment of its watchful vigilance. In this way, the blink becomes part of its mystique, a fleeting pause in an otherwise unbroken connection with its surroundings. The shoebill's eyes are more than just a feature. They are a reflection of its role as the patient predator of the wetlands. With its unyielding stare fixed on the water, it waits, perfectly still, for the precise moment to strike. Those eyes are a symbol of focus, patience, and the timeless wisdom of a creature perfectly adapted to its environment. They are a defining feature of a bird unlike any other, a true master of the art of the gaze. The shoebill loves to groom itself. Maybe too much. After all that grooming, it's now time to fly. Oops, not ready yet.
We left in 10 in the morning, heading for the swamp where we hoped
the stillness of the wetland, the shoebill moves. Slow, deliberate, every step a measured decision. Unlike other wading birds that pick their way quickly through the shallows, the shoebill takes its time. It does not rush, it does not stumble. It walks with purpose. Its long, sturdy legs glide through the water, each step nearly silent, barely disturbing the surface. The movements are almost mechanical, one foot placed carefully in front of the other, body poised, head held high. There is a quiet confidence in the way it moves. With each slow step, the shoebill carries itself with an almost prehistoric grace. Its towering form shifts effortlessly, as if time itself has slowed around it. The reeds part gently in its wake, the water barely rippling as it passes through. This is not just walking, this is something more, an unshakable presence, a creature that commands its space, moving with patience, power, and purpose. The shoebill, a bird of legend, a silent hunter, a relic of the past. But today, it stands on the brink of an uncertain future. Listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List, the shoebill's numbers are dwindling. Fewer than 5,300 remain in the wild, scattered across the swamps of East and Central Africa. Here, in the still waters of remote wetlands, it has survived for millions of years, but survival is no longer guaranteed. Habitat loss, poaching, climate change, each one pushing this extraordinary bird closer to extinction. Wetlands are being drained for agriculture, robbing the shoebill of the shallow waters it needs to hunt. Illegal wildlife trade fuels the capture of these rare birds, fetching high prices for collectors willing to pay. Even ecotourism, when unmanaged, disturbs their fragile nesting sites, driving them away from their young. The Jonglei Canal project, a massive engineering plan designed to drain portions of the Sud, could permanently alter the landscape, robbing the shoebill of its critical feeding and nesting grounds. With less water, fish populations would decline, forcing the shoebill into smaller, fragmented habitats, while human expansion and infrastructure would bring new disturbances to its once isolated world. If the canal is revived, it could push this already vulnerable species closer to extinction, leaving the wetlands silent. Yet, there is hope. Conservationists, local communities, and wildlife organizations are stepping in, working to protect the shoebill's habitat, enforce anti-poaching laws, and promote sustainable ecotourism. Every effort counts. Every wetland saved is a future secured for this bird. But time is running out. If we do not act, the shoebill, one of nature's most extraordinary creations, could fade into history. A silent hunter, lost forever.